The answer to this question is yes, if the transaction is non-recourse. The Bitcoin reference software does not display transactions as confirmed until 6 blocks have passed. As transactions are buried in the chain, they become increasingly non-reversible but are very reversible before the first confirmation. 2 to 6 confirmations are recommended for non-recourse situations depending on the value of the transactions involved. Bitcoin transactions are processed by miners, and miners want to benefit from their work. By mining transactions with higher fees, they make more money. Some miners can decide to mine all transactions no matter the fee, but they still must compete with every other financially motivated miner. It may take long for your transaction to confirm. If you have sent a transaction without the transaction fee, expect it to be ignored for an unknown amount of time until a miner decides to process it and solves the block. This could be several days to several weeks, possibly never. Your wallet and any Bitcoin node will show it as unconfirmed. Your transaction is stuck in limbo. Block sizes are limited, which means that only a limited number of transactions can be processed in a certain time frame. In the beginning of Bitcoin, there were lots of free space in each block because there were not many transactions. However, now that Bitcoin is quite popular, there are more transactions than can be processed into the current block. This is why transaction fees have increased, and as long as someone is still willing to pay more, they will keep increasing. There is nothing you can do to speed up the transaction's confirmation. The next best thing is to cancel and resend the transaction. Make a note of the individual Bitcoin address that the unconfirmed transaction was sent from. Then, send all your Bitcoins from the addresses recorded in initially to a new address with the recommended or higher than recommended fee. Then, make original transaction again using the recommended fee. Now, I need to mention that you should always watch out for sites that claim to speed up your unconfirmed Bitcoin transaction. From personal experience, these sites are either scams or just don't work. You should also watch out for double payments. If the addresses used in the original transaction have sufficient Bitcoin in them to cover the transaction, it can always be completed at a later date. To avoid this, empty the associated addresses, and do not reuse them. But, what is the recommended fee? Transaction fees vary by the size of your transaction, and not all transactions are the same size. The fee for same-size transactions also depends on how busy the Bitcoin network is at the moment. Most wallets have a feature which dynamically calculates the rate based on network congestion. Double spends might be a concern for something like a snack machine in a low-traffic area with no nearby security cameras. Such a machine shouldn't honor zero confirmation payments, and should instead use some other mechanism of clearing Bitcoin or validating transactions against reversal.